Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation for the day is Gaudi Gwareri Mahalla Panjwa, and it is recited as follows. Anik Jatan nahi hot Chutara, bahut siyanp agal para, हर की सेवा निर्मल हेत, प्रभ की दरगह शोभा सेत। मन मेरे गहो हर नाम का ओला, तुझे न लागे ताता झोला रहो। ज्यों बोहित पै सागर माहे, अंधकार दीपक दिपाहे। अग्न सीत का लाहस दुख, नाम जपत मन होत सुख। उतर जाए तेरे मन की प्यास, पूर्ण होवे सगली आस। डोले नाही तुमरा चीत, अमृत नाम जप गुरमुख मीत। नाम औखद सोई जन पावै, कर कृपा जिस आप दिवावै। हर नाम जाके हृदय वसै, दुख दर्द ते नानक नसै। The Guru speaks about the fact that various methods do not bring release from the ego. Anik Jatan nahi hot Chutara. And undue cleverness only serves to burden the future. Bahut siyanp agal para. So serve the self with a pure heart and love. Har ki seva nirmal het. And reach for that threshold of the wisdom of the self. Prabhu ki dargah sobha set. So there is only one way to dissolve the ego haume, or that illusion that it causes, and that is the wisdom of the Prabhu, which is Gurmat. And so the emphasis is Man mere gaho. Gaho is literally to mine deeply, to dig deeply. Man mere gaho. Har naam ka ulla, seek the sanctuary of the Har self. So plumb the depths of your being and find the sanctuary of the Har self. There you will remain untouched by the hot winds of the ego. In other words, you'll be freed from its bondage. Tujhe na lage tata chola. And then we are provided with examples. Jo bohit pੈ sagar mahe, andhakar deepak dipahe. Agna seet ka lahas dukh, naam japat man hovath sukh. Like a ship that sails across the frightening ocean, like a lamp that lights up a dark place, by meditating on its own nature, the mind becomes freed from the fire of its desires and finds peace and comfort. So we see that a ship and a lamp perform useful functions in that they enable us to overcome hurdles and expand our horizons. But they come into existence, in other words, they're invented or created through a combination of imagination, of creativity and knowledge. So in like fashion, the mind must dwell on its root problem, as indicated in the first verse, Tata Chola, the hot air of desires. It requires the activity of Nam Japat, the cultivation of the mind through self-knowledge. That comes from Guru wisdom. That is the way to do it. what will happen then is utar jaye tere man ki pyas. But first you have to do what? Recite, reflect, and internalize the life-giving nectar of self-knowledge by submission to the Guru enlightened. Amrit Naam Jap Gurmukh Meet. So that's the precondition. Once you do that, this is the process of Naam Jap. Then the flowering, then the wavering mind rather, will begin to stabilize. Dole nahi tumhara jeet. And then your cravings will dissipate. Utar jaye tere man ki pyas. And you will find fulfillment. Puran hove sagli aas. So Naam is the aukhad. Naam aukhad sui jan pave. Aukhad is the medicine, the cure. Kar kirpa jis aap divave. It is given to those who are graced. Har naam jaake hirday vase, dukh dard teh nanak nase. Says Nanak, in the heart where self-knowledge is embellished, there pain and suffering disappear. So self-knowledge or Naam is the cure for the affliction of the ego home. And it is received through the grace and compassion of the Har Self. So we noted in the first verse that our effort is a necessary but not a sufficient condition to find release from the ego home. Our own methods can become self-created traps, which is why the agency of the Satguru is a necessity. Learning to submit to the Satguru teaches us to divest from the ego. On that note, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.